Right, hello and welcome. So today we are going over one of the latest engine swaps added to Gran Turismo 7. This is the Honda NSX Group 4 vehicle. Honestly, some people's fan favorites, not mine, that's just a personal opinion, but still overall a good Group 4 vehicle. So this vehicle can actually receive an engine swap, hence why we're making this video, and it is a massive LS7 engine, but we're gonna get into that in a bit. Before we actually do that, well, we need to test out this vehicle stock. So the Honda NSX, once you purchase it from Brand Central, you are going to be left with a race car that is producing 526 brake horsepower and comes in at a weight of 1360 kgs. So look, it has decent power, it has decent weight. It could be a lot heavier, but it could be a lot lighter, so the weight really isn't an issue. The power, however, hopefully we can see an upgrade to it. So with these stats, if we head on over to Chaos Driving Park and just experience the vehicle standard, well, we are gonna notice that it has relatively good handling, and I would expect that since it is a actual race car, since it's a Group 4 competitive vehicle, it needs to handle really well. So with it being rear wheel drive, you can also have no traction control on and just try and slide the rear end out. So that is something you can embrace, a bit more of a fun side with the Honda NSX. So overall, coming down Chaos Driving Park straight away, it has decent acceleration, nothing that's really gonna knock your socks off, but it pulls strong enough. And against other Group 4 vehicles, it is honestly one of those vehicles that aren't overpowered or really like, wow, this is an absolutely meta vehicle. It's okay, I know a lot of people do use it. I'm not one of those people, it's not my go-to, but that's just my personal opinion. So Honda NSX, around here also Driving Park, we were seeing it set lap times around a 1 minute 40 second mark, which is not the fastest thing out there, but hopefully with some upgrades we can actually improve it. Now if we head on over to a tuning shop, we can actually slap on a high RPM turbocharger. So the only problem with this is the high RPM turbocharger doesn't actually do much, which actually caught me off guard because it produced it added less than 20 horsepower to the car. It's so disappointing, I'll be real with you. So we slapped that on some racing soft tires, and well, we call it a day because that's really all we can add, and also a fully customizable racing transmission. So there isn't really much you can actually do to Group 4 vehicles because it is a race car, so you don't really have a wide variety of tuning options. So after doing this, we then headed back on over to Chaos Driving Park. After I did do some fiddling around with the settings and just the tuning of the vehicle, well, we now see the vehicle set lap times around the 1 minute 37 second mark, which is 3 seconds faster than the vehicle standard. That's what tuning actually does for you. If you tailor the vehicle to your driving style, you can set a lot faster lap times without really that much of an improvement over performance, because yes, with less than 20 horsepower being added, with us not being able to even change the weight, shaving off 3 seconds is quite impressive, but I guess we gotta put that down to just tuning as well as better compound tires. So now, as I said, it is a competitive vehicle. Now around the WTC 700 around Le Mans, well, we see that this vehicle can actually just run with the best of them. I found even on the hardest difficulty, no strain or wasn't stressed that I wasn't going to be able to compete against other vehicles or the driver AIs, because this vehicle around the initial lap, I set a 4 minute 11 second lap time, which is not too shabby at all. As long as you're around the 4 minute 10 second mark, your vehicle is gonna be dominating the AI. You are gonna win, it's not an issue, so there's no stress. And with the vehicle being on fuel map level 3, we saw that we finished the lap with 68% of fuel remaining, which means we are still going to be able to go for another 2 laps, which means you're only going to really refuel at the end of your 3rd lap, which is on par with every other vehicle. So yeah, fuel economy is one of the best things with Group 4 vehicles or race cars in general, the fact that it is so economical and so much better than your standard road cars. So let's say you actually don't want fuel efficiency. You want to take that and throw it out the window in exchange for power. Well, you can do exactly that with this engine swap that we have available for the NSX, because if we take this vehicle on over to GT Auto, we see that we have an engine swap available for 250,000 credits. So after spending 250,000 credits, you can purchase the LS7 engine out of the Rampage Camaro. Yes, a massive V8 can be plunked into the Honda NSX, and after we purchase that V8 and head on over to the tuning shop and start adding some upgrades, I mean, there's actually quite a bit we can add to this engine to just increase the power. Well, we are going to be left with 1,104 brake horsepower and a vehicle that weighs 1,366 kgs. Now, yes, we did add on 6 kgs, which is a bummer, but I mean, compared to the fact that we more than double the horsepower of the vehicle, yeah, I don't think 6 kg is gonna make much of a difference. So now, if we take the vehicle on over to Chaos Driving Park, it is an absolute weapon, a beast if I must do say so myself, because the way the vehicle just purely shifts through the gears, the way it gains speed, I mean, just almost in an instant, you at 300. It is incredibly rapid, it's fast. And with it being in a Group 4 vehicle, it has enough downforce and, well, grip overall to put the power down. So yes, okay, you are going to be lighting up your rear wheels. The vehicle's pushing over 1,000 horsepower and you got no traction on. You are going to light up the rear wheels, but at no point in time going to the corners that I think, okay, I'm going to die. Because no, the vehicle was easy to control, it was stable. Yes, there were moments where you did have to catch it, because it's still gonna let you know, hey, I got a lot of power and I'm not afraid to use it. So yes, you may have to catch it if the rear end does want to overtake you, but other than that, it drives like an absolute dream. And we see that when it comes to lap times, because around Chaos Driving Park, we are assessing lap times around the 1 minute 32 second mark, which is not shabby at all. Now, yes, it is slower than the Bugatti Veyron Group 4 vehicle with that LS7 engine swap, and if you want to see that video, it is linked in the description. That vehicle was setting lap times around the 1 minute 30 second mark, which is just absolutely absurd. But look, this LS7 in the Honda NSX is still a good addition. It's a good pairing, but I would have preferred the engine from the Group 2 NSX in this, because that would have just firstly, it would have increased the power and improved the fuel efficiency. So it would have been a win-win, because if we look at the LS7 in the NSX around WTC 700, you are going to be able to complete 1 lap and then refuel. The car is an absolute gas guzzler, and in my opinion does make it ineligible to compete in the WTC 700. It's not going to be the best candidate. There are so many better options. So with that being said, yes, the engine swap is good, it is fun. Look, I was left with a smile on my face, so that's the main thing about it. I enjoyed my time driving this vehicle. But hey, I want to know your thoughts in the comment section on this engine swap. But hey, I would say if you're interested, pick it up, but it's not an engine swap I'm gonna say you need to get. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for your time, and I will see you guys in the next Gran Turismo 7 video. Peace.